Y'all, we are on the Explore With Us crew channel. This is a new video right here. The most chilling disappearance you've never heard of. Candy Sturgill. Without further ado, if y'all are new to the channel, subscribe right now. Let's get it.
This is out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere. This is crazy. Look at this. Road ends. She put her little note up right here. She walked. It's the exact same spot. Look at the size of that spine. The size of these bones are pretty weird.
In October of 2020, two elderly women embarked on a journey through a remote stretch of Nevada desert and never returned. In the following weeks, a tragic discovery would bring closure to one family and leave another with desperate questions. Now, nearly 6 years later, we head to the desert in search of answers.
All right, today we are out searching for Candy Sturgill, who her and her friend, Shirley Weaver, came out this way in 2020. No one knows why they were out here, but this is a pretty rugged area. They were in a Toyota RAV4 and they drove it back here, and she got stuck.
According to police documents, 75-year-old Candy Lee Sturgill and her friend, 83-year-old Shirley Margaret Weaver, were last seen on October 25, 2020, and were possibly heading toward Pyramid Lake. When they never came back, search and rescue crews began scouring desert roads, but found no sign of the vehicle the women had been driving. That is, until November 10th, when a hunter passing through the area found the Toyota RAV4 on a stretch of dirt road.
So we've been driving on what they call Mixie Flat Road, but as you can see, there's not much of a road here. It's like non-existent road. This road is kind of crazy. I mean, a lot disappears and then it comes back and then it disappears. So it's been kind of second guessing, are we going the right way? Okay, we see some bones over here. We're like, her car was right down here, just like right over this hill. But we saw some bones. So I want to come over and take a look. Gotta make sure, keep your eye out for ticks. But these are massive bones. These are cow bones. All right. These are definitely cow bones. Not seeing any ticks on any of the tip of these grass blades yet, but only takes one.
That's kind of interesting, though.
Very large. Yeah, it could be there's part of the spine or something.
Yep.
Really massive. All right, let's keep going. We're almost there.
The car was approximately 15 miles from the California-Nevada state line, with the hood propped open and the right front tire completely flat. Behind the vehicle, the word "help" was spelled out with the torn remnants of empty dog food bags, weighed down by heavy rocks. Human feces was also present around the vehicle, which appeared as though it had been stuck there for several days.
So this was the exact location, and you can see there's something right here in the air buried, like a piece of something blue. This is like food, maybe, like an old tin.
On closer inspection, we realized they were candy wrappers, an interesting find given Candy and Shirley disappeared around Halloween. There's no other trash nearby, leading us to consider they might have belonged to the two women.
This is the exact spot of where their vehicle was, right here. This is out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere. This is crazy.
Bruh, it is empty out there, bruh. That is literally in the middle of nowhere, literally. There's nothing out there.
Look at this. Wow.
The most devastating discovery, however, was waiting just inside the car, obscured by a blanket hanging in the passenger window. When deputies pulled back the blanket, they discovered the body of 83-year-old Shirley Weaver, curled into a fetal position and cold to the touch. There were no signs of injury and no reason to believe foul play of any kind. 75-year-old Candy, however, was nowhere to be found. Her purse was still in the back seat, along with her cash and credit cards. The vehicle's keys were missing. Footprints, possibly belonging to Candy, appeared to travel northwest away from the car. Nearly 6 years after the discovery, we met with Candy's son for an exclusive interview. He tells us he's been working on transforming his mother's house and property into a livable space, which he eventually plans on renting out.
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep my mind off my mom, you know?
I was in Indiana, dude. I went and started my own life. Found out about a year after my mom went missing that she was missing. And it took me about a year to get together in Indiana to get back here. When I got back here, the whole house was stripped. Everything gone. This place was hollow. And my mom was a pack rat. She collected all kinds of.
What happened to all of her stuff?
I don't know. They robbed her. I know all the dope fiends having little motherfuckers running around here thinking they just go on people's property and do what they want. And it's local. You know, when you call the cops, says it's burglary here, they don't come out. You want to press charges? You want to? Oh, we'll make a report. That's what they do. See, that's why I got this. Yeah.
Out in the desert, we continue our search for Candy's remains.
Now, I've been to a lot of remote locations, and I have to tell you, this is one of the most remote ones I've ever been to. There's nobody out here. The road is barely exists that we're following, and her vehicle is just right down the hill. I'm betting she's anywhere around this area, and we're gonna see if we can find her. Let's go.
Once a deputy discovered the footprints, he followed them as best he could. But winter nights in Nevada's desert can be brutally cold. Nighttime temperatures likely dropped into the low to mid-20s, and though the search continued despite those conditions, they found no sign of Candy that night. However, deputies would later make a shocking discovery, confirming they were searching in the right place.
How hot is it today? It's, I don't know, what do you think, about 70 degrees normally? It feels pretty roasting. Right now we're gonna walk down here, up this way, this canyon up this way. There's a water, like a little pond for cows. And then the road goes this way, but no matter which way you go on these roads, they dead end. So they were basically at the end. I don't really know where they were planning on going, but the footprints that they were able to find were leading up to the water source up here. So I figure we might as well just take a little hike, see if we can spot anything on the way. I do see a couple heifers up there.
Deputies noted the footprints appeared to lead toward the watering hole, which could have attracted not only cattle, but dangerous predators such as coyotes, bobcats, mountain lions, and rattlesnakes.
Hey, this is a really remote area. There's a zero cell service, nothing. Supposedly there's a fence that way. I really want to go that way and look. Yeah, I will if we have enough time, but we have to get out of here before it gets dark, because if it gets dark, that road disappears and appears and ends up in marshland, and it's crazy.
We continued to walk the same path Candy likely traveled to reach the pond, making several interesting finds along the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that we humans have, I don't know, actually. It's an interesting bone. Almost looks a little too curved. Oh, we got some cows over here. We're blocking the pond. We have to get to that pond. So let's see what happens here. Might be a standoff with the cows. The cow standoff. Found this. Not really sure what this is. If you are a, deal with cattle, rancher, let us know what you think what that is, because I have no clue.
Eventually, we arrived at the water source, which may have offered Candy some temporary relief from the punishing effects of dehydration. Considering the time of year, freezing desert temperatures may have even left parts of the watering hole covered by a thin layer of ice.
So we're here. This would have been the watering hole she was referring to. So you got the well right there. It feeds it. I don't know if I'd want to drink that, but I guess if you're thirsty, I mean, you're gonna drink that, right? I mean, if I was stuck there, I'd probably drink it too. Gotta watch out for ticks. A lot of ticks out here. So, anyways, here's the well. Let's take a look inside the wellhead.
Though we first assumed this was a well, it's actually an artesian spring, where groundwater reaches the surface naturally due to underground pressure.
Here's the well. Hey, that'd have been a much better place to get the water out of, right there, I would think. And there's got to be a way that this thing turns on, some kind of float or something where you could probably get fresh water to come out. I'm not sure. But that goes there and that feeds a little pond. Now let's go look in this pond, see if we see any bones or anything. She may have come over here. I do see a bone right now, right to the left of the pond. Do you see that? Or is that an antler? Look at the size of that spine. That's kind of interesting. When you say, the size of these bones are pretty weird. We have another bone here. But then we have this over here. And I'm not sure what kind of animal that is. Maybe a coyote or something? I'm not sure. Alright, I'm gonna look around here for some more bones. Maybe some clothing. That's what I really want to find. That would tell us for sure.
While searching for clothing, we found something else we never expected to see in such a remote location.
Maybe it's just a beer can or something. I don't know how people are getting out here to drink beer when the road ends way over there. And what a boring place this would be to come drink some beer. But, let's see. This is. It's a can, an old can. But, yeah, it is a beer can. A whole bunch of cans. It's an old dump. Just an old dump. A whole bunch of old cans.
The rusted, weathered cans appear to have been here for quite a long time, but with their labels either missing or bleached away by the sun, there's no way to know exactly how old they are. As we continue on, we head toward the location of a breakthrough discovery made by the authorities during one of their searches.
We're gonna want to walk over here to the right, supposedly south of our vehicle. There's a fence area where she put a note on the fence, so we're gonna see if we can go find that now.
The note, found less than half a mile south of the car, had only a few visible words written in pink. Women and rock bed were partially legible, but the rest was unreadable due to weather damage. A forensic analysis would later uncover the message in its entirety, revealing what were likely the last words Candy Sturgill ever wrote. When we spoke with Candy's son, he revealed the final words she ever said to him and how he learned of her disappearance.
But I came back to visit, and I had a picture of Notre Dame from my mom. Anyway, I gave her the picture, you know. I said, here, this is probably a $1,500 photo, you know, from Notre Dame. It's signed by the photographer. She was probably about worth 50 cents. I was like, she goes, I don't want you on my fucking property. Get off my goddamn property and never come back here again. All right, Dan. Love you too. And I got up, so I left. Went back to Dan. Then, about, I don't know, 8 years later, I get a call from my best friend right here. He said, dude, you need to get over here, man. They're tearing your mom's house apart. I said, where's my mom? He goes, we don't know. I said, what in the you mean you don't know? You know what I mean? And he goes, well, she disappeared a couple years ago. I was like, what? Nobody told me, you know what I mean? Not my older brother, nobody, dude. You know what? Me, myself, that's bull.
We continue on in the desert, heading to the fence where Candy left her final message behind.
I also wanted to give a public safety announcement, a PSA for anyone. So according to everything we've read, the police report, the car was in fine shape, had gas. I mean, I guess it started to need gas at that point because they were running it. But the reason it seemed to stop is because they got a flat tire. So they stopped with a flat tire. And then they hung out long enough to where I guess they used all of the battery gas. So
Bro, what happened to the
if you ever
video?
find yourself in, they used all of the battery gas. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, just drive on your flat tire. You can drive on your rim. You can make it back. You don't have to be stuck. There's no reason to die and leave your car out here when you literally will still go. You just need to get in and drive it. It's not gonna be great. Might wreck your rim, but it's better than dying out here in this area.
As we neared the location of the fence, we came across something unexpected.
Yeah, so we found this water bottle, and it was actually produced on, there's a date just right before she went missing. So it's a good possibility that this may have been her water bottle. See the fence right there, straight ahead. That's where she would have put her note, which is really interesting because there's literally nothing that comes from that direction. There's nowhere the road ends. It's like you could see it's basically like a trail right there, but literally the topo map shows it as ending up and over that hill. So, although she had the right intention putting that note there, chances are nobody was going to see it. Nobody did until law enforcement discovered it. This is where it ends. The road ends. And she put her little note up right here. She walked this exact same spot.
According to police records, a forensic analysis of the note uncovered Candy's final plea. The letter read, 2 elderly women down by the rock bed, need gas and battery charged. Been there 9 days, no food, found water hole below me, help. Despite multiple large-scale searches involving K-9 teams, helicopters, search and rescue crews, and investigators, Candy was never found. And in December of 2020, searches by local authorities were officially suspended. Candy's son told us they didn't share a close relationship, but he still wants answers.
You know, hey, we had our problems, okay? But check it out. At the end of the day, that's what brought you here, right? All right? I wouldn't have what I got if it wasn't for her. I ain't got shit. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it's been 6 years. And it seems like they quit looking for my mom when they found my Aunt Shirley. And that's all there is to it. And yeah, I said Aunt Shirley. We're not blood, but she was like my auntie, you know?
How long have your mom and Shirley known each other?
All my life.
Do you know when they met?
All my life.
And when and where they met?
Right here. We were
Really?
raised up here, dude. That's our home. There's a road down there called Sturgill Lane. That was my dad's family, my stepdad. My great-great-grandparents lived on that mountain over in the corner right there where Sturgill Lane was. And everything this side of it we used to own. That's my mom right here. There's your high school picture, bro. 1945.
So she put a note right here on this. And there's just, I mean, you can fit a car through here, but and that has the gate right there so you can drive through here, but there's no road here. Look, this ends. The road ends right here. So, well, if she was trying, it probably would have been better to put the note on it. But I'll be honest with you, none of that would have worked. The only thing that probably could have saved her is jumping in her car before the battery died and driving it with a flat tire all the way back to town. It's the only thing. If you ever find yourself in that situation, just drive the freaking thing.
In February of 2021, the medical examiner determined 83-year-old Shirley Weaver's cause of death to be starvation ketoacidosis, with other significant conditions including dehydration and cardiovascular disease. The manner of death was ruled an accident, caused by environmental exposure. While Shirley's family was able to receive closure, tragic questions surrounding exactly what happened to Candy remain.
Again, this was not an easy walk up here. So she walked a half mile up here. So if she decided to start, and she walked up to that water trough and got water too. Wow. Most of the time you hear about these stories, people don't make it very far. By the time she left, we don't know what condition she was in. Maybe she was out of water completely, but she had that water source. Maybe she filled up the water bottle and started walking back. That's something we have to consider now.
Reflecting on his mother's final words to him, Candy's son shared what he wishes he would have done differently the last time they spoke.
I wish I was there. I wish I'd stayed here. This would have never happened. You know? I wish I was there. I wish I'd stayed here. This would have never happened. You know what? My mom might have been a lot of things. But there ain't nothing in this world. I wouldn't let nobody get within 100 feet of my mom. There ain't no way.
Whether 75-year-old Candy Sturgill returned to the car or got turned around in the desert and wandered farther away, the answers we were hoping to find did not come on foot. Following the interesting discoveries from our first trip, we later returned to the fence where Candy left her note along with a drone, ready to continue our search from the sky.
All right, we are back at the location where Candy left her note right here. For some reason she thought someone would be coming from this way. I don't see a road this way at all. Actually, I see a road that goes that way maybe without coming through here. You see that? So it's up that way. I don't think we stay on this road and we go up. For some reason she thought someone would be coming through here, but the road ends up that way. Actually, I think it ends right where we're at, but we're gonna drive up that way anyways right now, just to go get a look at what she would have seen if she decided to go this way that she went. I don't know if you'd even call this a road. I don't even know if what we came down would call a road, to be honest. But this road, I mean, it kind of continues. You can see where maybe there was a road at one time, but it's definitely starting to end. This is no longer a road, as you can see. It ends right here. So, I don't know. Maybe she came down here. She thought she was gonna get somewhere from here. I'm not sure where she thought she was going, but we will definitely give this a drone, but no reason to keep hiking. Let's go. Got a long way to get out of here, and this road is crazy.
We sent up our drone, and from above it's clear just how endlessly the landscape repeats in every direction. Even in broad daylight, it would have been all too easy for Candy to lose her bearings and wander in any direction. Our drone has captured thousands of images, and now we need volunteers to help scan them for anything that could point us toward Candy. If you spot something important, we'll go back on the ground to investigate, and your discovery could appear in a future video. To help, visit www.divasai.com. Your help could be what brings her family the answers they deserve.
Alright, y'all, man. That's it for this video, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about it and what y'all think I should react to next. If y'all are new to the channel, subscribe right now. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and we out of here. See y'all. Excuse me. See y'all in the next one.